Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a good day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market, the last 24 hours have pretty much sparked a little bit of hope into the crypto market, especially the altcoins. There's a little bit of recovery that's starting to show. I'm not going to be the mood killer, but I just want to say, if you guys are going to be going heavy leverage play, especially if you're going to be going long, be a little cautious considering the fact that Bitcoin is still holding in the middle. 114,000 is not a support, neither it is a resistance. As long as Bitcoin is still under 116.5, there's still a caution that there can be panic selling that can take over the market. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying the market will crash 100%. There is a chance that we might be able to recover to 16.5 very quickly, but on the other end, be cautious, especially if you're going to be going heavy leverage play. Now, there are some key things that have happened in the last 24 hours as well. First of all, China just officially banned Bitcoin and crypto trading, mining, and related services. This was a very big news that came out, but one of their allies announced, Putin said, nobody can ban Bitcoin. No matter what happens to the dollar, these tools will develop one way or another. This is a very contradicting statement from two allies, and it's a very interesting one. Also, if you notice that Elon is actually trending on Twitter currently, and the reason for that, before we get into it, I just want to say 61 billion have been added to stablecoin market cap just since January. So in the last 6 to 7 months, gives you an idea so much liquidity is coming in. And let's say Elon has liked this post. Why is this so interesting? Because if you actually go back in time, 2021, this was one of the posts that Elon posted. It's pretty similar to what we see over here. The only difference is you can see "don't panic" in the middle. So a lot of Twitter handles are trying to connect these two things together and say he's saying the same thing currently. At the same time, Elon has been still retweeting tweets from Doge designer in the last 24 hours, while Dogecoin sent to the space for Elon Musk's birthday might be repeating this time around. What is really interesting is this has not happened yet, which is first ever coin to go to actual moon. Doge 1 mission might be happening next year, and there are some different sources which are confirming this. Just before we get into that, if you guys are here for the first time, you know what to do. Scroll down, tap the red subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news, especially turn on your notifications so you can get to it quickly. And while you're there, drop a like on it. Let's go for a like goal of 102. Recently we've been smashing really big ones, so I said a big one. Now, as I mentioned, so these things together are connecting in a very interesting way. Especially some Twitter handles are speculating that this is a secret plan, especially if you talk about this bull run. Elon has not done any sort of announcement or any sort of tweet relating to Dogecoin. The easiest way to see that is two ways. First of all, you might think, oh, Elon didn't tweet anything relating to Dogecoin because of all the financial statements and also the cases that he went against with relating to manipulating the Dogecoin market. Secondly, the reason he hasn't posted is he's waiting for the right time. Just so you guys know that, all the cases that he was filed against, which is due to the manipulation of the Dogecoin market, he was actually let free, and after that he has done 1 to 2 tweets this year relating to Dogecoin, but ever since the bull market came into full play, Doge has not been in Elon's agenda. And the American Party, which he talked about he will be creating the next election, they have also come out and spoken about Dogecoin a little bit, especially due to the fact that Doge, which is Department of Government Efficiency, was part of this government not so long ago. And it gives you an idea that there is too many things connecting on the back end. Maybe Elon is just waiting for the right time to give it a little bit of the injection or a boost it will be needed for the crypto market to go to the new highs. And especially this one, it's very interesting. In 2021, you guys know he pretty much announced that SPACEX will be launching a satellite to the moon, which will be called Doge 1 next year, which should have been 2022. But a lot of people are saying that it hasn't happened yet, so it could happen any time. Another thing that's really interesting is the market is slowly starting to show a little bit of recovery ever since that post. I'm not saying that post is clearly hinting to the fact that don't panic and actually start buying back, but it clearly gives you an idea that as the weekend is coming to an end, Monday could be a game changer. Every single time crypto market, usually whatever happens in the weekend, on Monday it's pretty much flipped upside down, and that's exactly what a lot of people are anticipating. So the whole weekend there was a lot of panic selling, and now maybe the market will be able to make a little bit of recovery. Talking about the open interest for Bitcoin is pretty much sitting at the same spot, and similarly Dogecoin as well. But the long to the short ratio, well, it is definitely still in favor of long traders. Now, Dogecoin shows a third monthly bullish candle amid the whale accumulation in the RSI signal. Keep in mind the whale accumulation during this period. I noticed in the comment section some of you saying, Sky, I really like when you go into the details of these random, large whales, and I try to do that as much as I possibly can. I'm actually paying attention to a lot of whales, but there is definitely a lot of accumulation that's happening in the back end, and that's why the market is able to make a sharp recovery every single time the entire market shows some sort of recovery. And on the other end, this is very interesting. Billionaire Tim announces he's ready to raise capital, invest, and even pay his team entirely in Bitcoin. Now keep in mind, this person has a lot of money, and considering the fact that he wants to switch everything to crypto, gives you an idea that there is a lot of government companies and just too many treasuries that want to actually adopt crypto over the US dollar now. And Dogecoin confirms the death cross formation on the 3-hour chart. And as writing, Dogecoin is changing hands with the 19.85, which reflects a 3% decline. Dogecoin's RSI, which press was 42, now shows that there is a further downside. But if it's able to recover over 20 cents, the recovery or the rally could start back up. Now this week, the key events that will be taking place: Fed officials speaking all week. Tuesday, 5th of August, US trade balance, and then on the 7th is the initial jobless claims. So this should give you an idea that, the unemployment data which came out last week affected the market, and jobless claims will also have a huge impact. First time in momentum, Bitcoin buyers appear to be slowing down their accumulation. So there is a little bit of fear, there's going to be a little bit of selling. And Fed Powell says banks are free to conduct Bitcoin and crypto activity, a major move for crypto adoption in the traditional finance. Now, as banks get involved, it really just completely changes the whole idea of what crypto can realistically do, because the amount of, hands that crypto can reach if banks are able to do the same would be very, very high. And Dogecoin price drop leads to partial liquidation of large leverage position institutes increase accumulation. So as accumulation is increasing, the leverage plays are the reason why the market has taken a sharp pullback. Now, as I always say, it's important for you to understand when there's a really high leverage plays which are going on, there's going to be a little bit of sell-off from whale, and it's going to get a lot of large trades to be liquidated. Therefore the pullback is going to get bigger and bigger as time goes by. And US regulators explore expanded framework for Bitcoin amid the effort to lead the global market. And that gives you an idea, the more framework or more clear framework that's going to play into crypto, there will be much more higher chance of crypto doing much better in the short term. Other than that, everything I said today is not financial advice, just my personal opinion. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.